Hey guys, what's up? It's City Mania, and this is my review for the new Mike Carly episode that aired tonight on New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, everybody! Is my review for the new Mike Carly episode, iStill Psycho. And this is sort of the continuation to the episode, or not really a continuation, but this is sort of the episode where we find out what happened to Nora Derschlit. But if you remember the crazy girl that trapped them all in her basement. Yes, you know, I psycho. So anyways, in the episode, basically they find out, the iCarly fans find out that she is getting, or she's going to it's one of her hearings to decide whether she'll be let out of jail or not. And Carly and them are all like, oh, you shouldn't go and anything, but they decide to go. So, at the hearing, they find out, they basically listen to Nora's fake sad story, which I just think is complete fake, total sympathy crap, everything. Basically, she does the fake crying, and she gets Carly to break, basically. But before then, Carly was one of the only ones who thought she should be kept in jail. And I agreed with her. I'm like, just keep her in jail. Just keep her there. It's like, yes, keep her there. No, don't let her out. And even... But Sam and Freddie and Gibby are all thinking that she should be given a second chance. And I'm thinking, Gibby, why the hell would you even think that? Because you fought this girl to free your friends last time. You know how nuts she is. So I'm just like, why? And anyways, so the judge decides to let her go because basically her life has been pathetic. Anyways, so she's free and her parents are happy. Yay, they're happy, and the Carlys are like, okay, yeah, that's great, now let's go home. And then she invites them to a party back at her place, sort of like a homecoming party for Nora and everything. And Nora and her family once again pull the guilt trip. Well, Nora does, because her parents apparently couldn't get all those friends, supposedly, to come to her party. So she guilts them with tears and sadness, and Carly is like, okay, we'll go. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Carly, that's fine if you want to go ahead. But the others, you guys go on home. I'm like, yeah, don't be falling into that trap. But they all decide to go along with her. When they'll only be walking into their own doom. Anyways, so they get back to Nora's place, and it's just like you're walking into the nightmare again. It's creepy. There's the house. It's ridiculous. And oh, Nora's like, oh, so glad to be home. And Carly and them are like, bad memories. And they find out that that they have special, like, European food or some special food set up to eat, and Carly and them are not really interested in eating it, but they make them eat it. Just like, try some, and anyways, and they enjoy it. And Carly texts Spencer to come get them soon. Meanwhile, Spencer is trying to deal with this girl he was dating or something. This girl he was trying to date, and actually, you know, we never did figure out what happened to her. I mean, but anyways, he's on this date with this girl, and T-Bo keeps interrupting because he keeps complaining about living at Miss Benson's. Continuation is awesome. Love that. T-Bo's complaining about how he's got to be so sophisticated around Miss Benson, and how he can't be his normal cool T-Bo self. And so, anyways, back at the party, they're all enjoying, and basically it's like they're reliving, and what Nora and her family are doing, they're trying to relive her 16th birthday party. I guess because like it got ruined and all because of how the crows escaped and everything. So they're trying to get this all, basically reliving all the memories and everything. Meanwhile, back with Spencer, him and his girlfriend are over at Tebow's playing a video game because Miss Benson's gone away for the weekend, supposedly. And so they're over there all playing cool, and Tebow's acting himself, and Miss Benson walks in, and they're in trouble. And Spencer and the girl head for their apartment and abandon Tebow, leaving him behind and Miss Benson. And I'm sorry, I'm really thirsty tonight. And later on, unfortunately, Miss Benson kicks Tebow out when she finds out the truth. He's like, "You want the truth? You can like me for who I am or not." And I gotta say, I want to give applause to Tebow for that, because that was awesome. That was amazing. Okay? And basically, Miss Benson was like, "Get out." And then she kicked him out and kicked us out of his suitcase and everything. And he's like, "I got a copy of the lease." And she shreds that. So it's like, okay, whatever. Anyways, back at the party, Spencer's arrived to come get the kids and take them home. And he's like, "I just drank a whole gallon of juice and I gotta go to the bathroom." And so Miss Dershlit shows him to the bathroom that's supposedly downstairs. No, and I'm just like, "Don't go downstairs, don't go downstairs." Too late. And she comes, and as they're getting ready to leave, this is when the mood, boom, changes. Miss Dershlit comes back up and locks the door and sticks the key in her pocket, and the look on her face is like, it's very serious, very scary here. It's like, and she's just like, "Oh, you'll be staying here for quite some time." and anyways, and Carly and they all of a sudden just start concerned, and Carly grabs the door and tries, and it's locked, and they try the windows, and those are locked, and then Sam grabs a chair and tries to break the window, and it don't break because it's plexiglass. And it's just like, oh, they're stuck again. Now, here's something I want to know. Gibby was so after this girl last time. I expected him. I honestly wanted to see him kick her ass again this time. Or kick her butt. I'm sorry for my language. But I honestly wanted to see that. Because he is so much bigger than her now. So anyways, he's so much bigger, he can handle her. And he's just playing his calm, cool, mellow self. And then we find out that Spencer's trapped on a wheel. A spinning wheel that goes around and around, make you sick. And that if they try to harm, and if any of them try to harm Nora or her parents, Spencer will be spun to death, basically. So, anyways, they're basically stuck there. And this whole time, Nora's got this remote, like it's a little blue, sort of like a little remote that controls the wheel. And basically, I'm just like, they just need to try and get the remote. And I'm honestly, I don't know why they didn't try to get the remotes. It seemed so easy. But I guess with their parent, with Spencer, the way where his condition was, they didn't want to hurt Spencer or cause Spencer any trauma. Which I would think they would still try and go after him. But anyways, so basically they're stuck there and they're forced to dance and they're forced to party. And my favorite part was when Freddy's dancing over and he backs into the door and then Nora goes chasing after him into the other room. And so basically they're dancing around there, they're having the party. And then Nora's mom cooks up a birthday cake where Nora gets to blow out her candle, and she makes a wish, and it was to kiss Freddy, and she just grabs Freddy and dips him over the table and starts kissing him, I don't know, fiercely, disgustingly is more like it, because he's just flailing his arms, can't do nothing, and the girls are just standing there. Now, this is where SETI fans come in. And this includes me too, because honestly, I did not hope for SETI in this episode. I didn't know what to. I wasn't expecting anything but laughs. But I expected Sam to do something, I guess, because I mean, honestly, in the real world, when a girl likes a guy or is maybe, I don't know, got feelings for him, and you know how we know that Freddy loves Sam and Sam loves Freddy. you would expect the girl to lash out on the other girl. And this is the real world. I know how this works, okay? I've seen it myself. So, we basically all fans expected Sam to do something, not just stand there and watch. And I guess maybe she could have been in sort of shock from it, what was seeing. But, I mean, she could have reacted. This is Sam Puckett here. And I gotta say that this whole episode, she seemed... she didn't seem as vicious as I would think Sam would be. I mean, I don't know if she's tried to improve her level of being nice or whatever, but in this situation, that's not needed. You need to be vicious and get the heck out of here. It's a situation where it calls for you to be as tough as ever to get out. Even if Spencer's life is on the line by a giant wheel. Brains are being smushed. So anyways, because Sam whipped out the butter sock, I loved the return of the butter sock. And then Cody's like, no! And I'm like, come on, let her use the butter sock. Because that thing really could have just been whipping. I honestly thought the butter sock should be ashamed of Sam because of how it was this episode. But anyways. And Freddie, I don't know how long Nora actually kissed Freddie because it went back to Miss Benson and Tebow's situation, and then it came back to them where she finally let go, and he pulled away. He was like gasping for air, and he was just like, "You guys just stood there while I was like tampered with," and Sam was just eating. They're both, Carly and Sam are standing there eating cake, and he's just like, it was good cake. And honestly, and I'm just like, oh my god, really, Sam? Come on. But anyways, as the party went on, Gibby figured out they could figure out that they could escape, that Gibby could go and get help. So they decided to get him up the chimney. And I knew right then he'd get stuck from a clip they showed before the previews. And he gets stuck in the chimney, and he can't get out, and they think he's going for help, and really he's just stuck in the very top of the chimney. But they fake it by using this fake head that Gibby got made of him, so they act like he's napping, but that whole plan gets busted, and they start searching for Gibby. And then, meanwhile, while they're searching around for Gibby, Freddy remembers the chip! The chip in his head, the same one that we saw all the way back in I Go to Japan. It was used about the chip, that they can track him, but it's got to be shorted out to activate, to let Miss Benson know something's wrong. So Sam pulls out the shocker pin that she stole from Spencer, and he's like, I'm gonna shock him. But then here's something I don't really like. Carly takes the pin, and Freddy takes the pin from Sam, and she won't let him do it. And he's like, I'll let Carly do it. I'm like, why? Because Carly cares about me. Okay. When have we seen anything between really Carly and Freddy since in a while? It's been a while. So to see it kind of come back, it's kind of weird. But I guess I don't know what really to say about that. I didn't like seeing it, really. But that's just because it's gritty, and that's just me being the aesthetic fan side. I mean, it's just like, no, don't want to see that. So anyways, and Freddy thinks that she's going to be all nice and handle it. Well, she just jams a pin in his back. And he's out cold. And Sam takes the pin and just shocks him an extra time just to be sure. So Sam had to get her own shock in there, you know. So he's out, and the chip short circuits and lets Miss Benson know. And so, meanwhile, they're basically, Miss Benson finds out that the chip's been activated, and so Tebow gets with her on their motorbike off to save her. Basically, go to Nora's house off to save her. Meanwhile, Nora's dad has come back, and we find out he's just as nutty as his wife and her daughter. And they're like, you're going to be here forever, and ever, and ever, and ever. Okay, now that whole part, that part right there, that just kind of freaked me out, because that's like stuff you see in a horror movie. It's just crazy. But anyways, so they end up doing things like playing games, like pin the tail on Nora's butt. Really, I feel bad for Freddy. Because when he did, like, she farted. So, anyways. And also, they kept playing the games, and finally Miss Benson comes rushing in, bang, through the door. And I love that whole just spin. Here comes Tebow and Miss Benson to the rescue. And so they're saved. And they're like, and then everybody gets into a war, like, you're not leaving this house. And so it's like Tebow and Miss Benson versus the Dershlets. And so Tebow goes after Mr. Dershlet, basically dealing with him, while Miss Benson grabs the 2 knives and starts fighting off the Nora and her mom with their fireplace tools. And they're all just sort of standing there while Carly rescues Spencer from the basement after Tebow kicks in the door. so basically, and that whole epic fight scene is just so intense that I can't really remember it all. But they're fighting, and Miss Benson's doing some sick moves while Sam and Freddy are sort of standing back there. And there's one point I like and basically also Freddy, and there's, oh wait, I just forgot. There's one big point where after they arrive to save them, you know, they get fed up to the point where they snap, and I'm like, okay, good, finally. And Sam grabs Nora and flips her over on the table, and then that's when Nora grabs the tools, the fireplace instruments, and Freddy grabs Sam's like, careful Sam, those are sharp. It's like, you can see the concern there. It's a little bit of SETI, little bit. So anyways, Miss Benson and Miss Dershlet fight, and she fights both girls, and she is able to knock them out completely, and even head knocks out. She knocks them out with a head blast. She knocks out Nora to the ground. So they're all safe, and Spencer's woozy and about to throw up from the wheel, but they're all safe. And finally, they end it with Sam taking the shocking pin to all 3 of them and knocking them out permanently. And now they're all 3 going to be joined to jail. And I love honestly, I love the part where Nora laid on the ground, she's looking up at them like, what happened? And she's like, and they're like, oh, nothing, you're just going to jail forever, and ever, and ever, and ever. And they get lower and lower on her, and they're going to jail forever and ever, and I just love that part. But anyways, and poor Gibby, unfortunately, they forgot Gibby. The whole ending, now that whole last few minutes there where there was thundering back in Seattle, they were watching a movie and their dad called. Because it was apparently on the news, and it's all sort of silent. You hear the thunder, and it's just like, it's sort of like what you see in a scary movie, like, you know. And then Carly wakes up in bed, she's like, Gibby! They forgot Gibby, and it's pouring rain, and they're out, and Gibby's like, Gibby! Gibby! And he's having balls thrown at him, which is just, oh, God. Poor Gibby, but oh my God, it was such an awesome episode. Honestly, I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it. It was funny. Nora was as crazy as ever. Her parents were a little freaky to me. They were sort of scary, but it was also funny too. So it had that scariness, but a touch of funny. It had that funny with a touch of scary. So anyways, I loved it. It was awesome. Now, for the credit moment, I guess you could say, but the credit moments we saw there, I guess they're expected. I mean, I don't know really what Dan's trying to say here, but anyways, Dan, if you do watch this or see this, I want you to know I did like the episode. I did laugh. So it does get a thumbs up from me. It was definitely awesome, and I will be watching it again. I don't think it'll be tonight, but I definitely one that I will watch again. And I love the end. Oh my God, Miss Benson is awesome as ever. She is the Fencing Benson. She's just amazing. So yes, I loved it. And guys, let me know what you thought of it. What you thought of those certain SETI moments, or what you thought of the credit moments, or just what you thought of the whole episode. What you thought of the characters. What you thought of Nora's parents and Nora and Sam. Did you think she was vicious enough, or how could they have escaped quicker? Maybe they could have escaped quicker, because I definitely think that they could have gotten out there a lot sooner than that. But then it really wouldn't have been an hour episode now, would it? But anyways, oh my God, 20 minutes, wow. Crazy, eh? But anyways, guys, I hope you also all have a happy new year. Be safe, don't do anything crazy, just party it up, okay? So in the infamous words of Sarcastic Leaves, rock on, SETI Warriors, rock on. Bye, guys.